Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote welcoming you to a new Let's Play of Civilization VI. Now, it's been a couple days since we've had our Civ 6 tutorial, and I'm finally wanting to get right into actually playing Civ 6. We're gonna play a pretty decent game. Probably gonna go for our standard size and 8-man. 8-player size. So let's get right into it. I'm going to create a game. I've already got an idea of who I want to play, but I'll at least look over a couple of the people with me. So let's go basic here. Okay, so Prince is looks like about your average difficulty, and we're going to do that because I feel like we can do it on average difficulty. Speed will be just standard. Yeah. I don't want it to go too quick, so none of the action's captured. I'm going to go stay on continents, because I always like that map type. As you're trying to take over the world, you got to go across sometimes and go from there. We're going to go, like I said, we're going to go standard. So that's 8-player sized. So I won't have to go against too many, but at the same time, we're going to have some fun with 8 people. But anyway, so let's go over the leaders. So we've got Catherine de Medici for France. And Cleopatra, we've got Barbarossa for Germany, Gandhi, the evil Gandhi, because apparently civilization has just completely given in that Gandhi should be completely evil for fun. We got Gilgamesh, of course, we've smacked him around, Gorgo of Greece. As you can see here, some of the leaders are different as well. Got Norway, probably as General Viking, Tokumine for Japan. We got the Congo civilization, so you get a nice African, good Central African. Brazil, and then to Greece. So we got, looks like more of probably a Spartan Greece and a traditional Athenian Greek. Russia, Peter the Great. I know Russia. Spain under Philip II. So that's a good historical equivalent to Liz the First, even though it's not going to be Liz the First, because Liz the First was traditionally your traditional British. We've actually advanced it to Victoria, it looks like. And then the Chinese under Qin Shi Huang, Saladin for the generic Arabians, although that's definitely Ottomans, basically with it being Saladin. Tamiris for the Scythians, and Trajan for Rome. But instead of, like I said, as we're going here, we're going to go with the Americans. So as you can see here what it says on the tooltip. In fact, we'll just start that. We'll go over that really quickly after Sean Bean does his wonderful introduction, and let's just go from there.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. And so it is upon your broad shoulders, Theodore Roosevelt, to charge forth and lead your people on their great adventure. Use your military might to give the peoples of your homeland the square deal they so desperately deserve. Surely, you will raise America into the limelight and attract visitors from across the oceans just to see your lands. Bully for you, Mr. President.
Bully! Bully indeed! Yes, we, fellow Americans, will be Teddy Roosevelt! Bluster and power himself! Old rough and ready! Oh, sorry, that was a different president. But Theodore Rex himself! As you can see here, good old Teddy Roosevelt has the Roosevelt Corollary, which units receive a +5 combat strength on their home continent, the good old American continent. Get +1 appeal to all tiles in the city with a national park, because after all, we want to keep those resources for our future generations. We get to gain the Rough Rider unique unit when they research the rifling technology, because after all, we have our great cavalry. We have a film studio, which adds to a lot of our own appeal and culture, and the P-51 Mustang air units. So as you can see here, The Americans are good on late game. That's when they start getting a lot of their unique abilities, but strong on home turf. So let's start right away. We'll allow good old Teddy Roosevelt to go. Let's see how far we can go.
Greetings, my liege. As your personal advisor, I am qualified to assist you in all matters related to ruling our civilization. I am at your service.
Well, okay. So, in this, I am going to take the new to Civ VI, just so we can get some tooltips going on for people. I can skip through them, of course, but for right now, we'll just do that. Alright, so, as we can see here, we've got our Hex ready to go. Looks like we've got some warrior units ready to go out. In fact, I'm going to have them go explore until we get a scout. We've got cattle, stone, and wheat, and some chocolate once we actually expand that way. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes with just outside we got some crabs and some fish. So we might expand that way too. So we're going to start our great city, which I'm going to guarantee is Washington. So gaining the city on the coast has given your civilization insight into navigating the waves. So we basically boost with sailing, because we've got that one hex. Let's look at this one hex. Okay, so it looks like we just have the stone and the wheat to start with. We can expand to get the chocolate and the other wheat. So it's good to have 2 wheats. That'll give us a lot of food here. In fact, it looks like we've gotten some really good starting tiles. We might go a little up or south in order to get the fish and crabs. It looks like we've got some chocolate here, too. Okie dokie. So let's start. We're going to start here. I recommend having a scout or a slinger, because a builder is going to take a while. So we're going to do that. We're going to have a scout or explorer. I'm going to have these guys actually move down here. Okay. For our first research, since we've got cattle, it'd be good to be able to start with animal husbandry. We've got astrology, mining. We've got a bit of stone, so that might be our second. Pottery, which will give us the food and housing, the granary there. Or sailing, which we have access and a quicker to, because it looks like that we get it at 9 instead of, I believe that's traditionally starts at 12. So, while we do have that there, we do have the cattle though. That will provide more bonus resource. The wheat we can just exploit right now. So really it's a flip of the coin between mining and the cows. So let's see what a tree gets us. So with animal husbandry, which we can actually do, looks like it says 36 turns. I don't know why, because this is saying 9. That'll give us to archery, or all the way down to horseback riding. So that could be something to think of. Mining gets us all 3 of these: masonry, bronze working, and the wheel. So why don't we actually start with mining, since it gives us the most options, because we can get the walls ready to go. And then we'll probably end up doing animal husbandry next, then maybe pottery. Do this first level, and then get us moving up. The sailing will definitely be there. Okay, so we said animal husbandry first. So that's going to be our first thing, at 9 turns. We got 15 to the Code of Laws. That'll give us our first major government type. For right now, we're just sort of hanging out. Let's look at what Washington does here. Alright. So as you see, we're on a track to gain in 7 turns our second population. So, first turn looks like in 7 turns we'll get the next pop, and then we'll have the scout coming in 8. As you can see here, we've got some population going. Alright. So we're doing pretty good already in our capital, which is, of course, as you'd expect. Alright, and then you can see here, this is actually something that didn't quite get brought up. As the city grows, you can get more potential districts. You get the city center always for free. That doesn't count as a district. But you only get a certain number of districts that you can actually build depending upon how big your city is, because they got to be placed somewhere. So for right now, we can only build 1 center, although I believe we don't have any options on that yet. Yeah, see, we just have the the city center there. And then it'll go from there. Generally, you're going to build one wonder in an area as well. So that's how that's going to go. Okay. Oop. Just trying to get a feel for everything again. Okay, we've got the strategy view, which will show us that. We've got our map options. There we go. That's actually what I want to try to do a lot, is show what the yield is. That way we know what we're working with. So as you can see here, Washington produces quite a bit of food. We got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 food for now. Sorry, 12 food for now. We got 4 production. You can see here, 4.2. And we got, looks like a little bit of gold due to being on the coast when we power that up. So that's good. That'll power us a little bit going into gold. We probably want to move a little bit north since we've got that 3 gold due to the cocoa. And we'll just see how it goes. And we've got another cocoa right there. All right. We'll take that off for now. All right. Okay. And you can see here, kind of in a SimCity-esque way, we've got some grass and lenses here, which we don't have to worry about for right now. So let's just keep going. Okay, there's our first turn. Welcome to our second turn. Alright, so this is going to be quick. I'm probably just going to blow through a few until we get that scout going. So I'm just going to have the warriors kind of just patrol around this area. I don't want them to go too far out in case we get some barbarian tribes. Right on cue! Okay. So right on cue, we've got a barbarian tribe. We'll have them take out that scout. Just, and we can see it expands a little bit. We've got some horses. So that's actually good. That if we want to get good cavalry with horseback riding, we might actually want to go a bit south. Because after all, we're Teddy Roosevelt, and Teddy Roosevelt likes his cav, his cavalry, his horses. He wants to bench press them. Alright, so we'll go next turn. See how if that scout runs away or just chills out. Okay, so they're going to run. And we'll just keep the... In fact, we'll just fortify them right here for right now. I'll get them a good on the southeast since we see... Generally, looks like the barbarians are probably somewhere in this area. Since scouts usually move in 3, and he's been keeping on the plains there, that gets a good idea of where we're going. Now, I'm not sure where we are on the continent yet, or if we are even on American continent. It could just be that they did a generic one, because when I used to play this game, the Continental was actually a map, a world map. You started off in Europe half the time and went on from there. So we'll see how the Continental view of Civ 6 goes. All right, next turn. Oh ho! Now we have some... All right, I believe that is Scythians. That's going to be some interesting thing. Alright, so we've got an envoy sent, it looks like. Alright, so this is city-state Valedia. So... it looks like this might be their own thing instead of a... They're militaristic. Let's see, right now they're about the same level we are, so we can think about conquering them, we can think about just holding on to them for now. Keep that in mind now. Alright, so I'm going to go take on these barbarians here, just because it's easy. Okay. And we'll go on to the next turn. Okay. So we've met these guys. These are kind of their own city-states. They're not necessarily a great civilization, but right now it's something to think about. They don't look like they're going... They are militaristic, but they're not necessarily going after us yet. I will still fall back a little bit just to keep things so they don't attack us right out. Okay. we need a great writer. Let's look at that great writer. Because we just got this sort of quest thingy that said we wanted to get a great writer. That may not be added in. Oh, here we are. Homer. We can get him with 1,100 gold or 750 faith. And we can get this guy. We can get Homer immediately. So right now, we're not really at much progress because we don't have any great scientist points for him. Because that's how you can do it that way. You can either do it through your great scientist points or through the money system. Now, he creates great works, which will give you these two books, the Iliad or the Odyssey, which allows with writing. Alright, that's just his general biography. Just something to consider. And as you can see here, the difference between things like Valeria and an actual civilization is, as you can see here, we don't see a Valeria on here. That's just a generic city-state to probably conquer and take their land. But it's not actually considered a player. We would get another point here of another head, basically, and do things like. I'm sorry. That's just showing him. That's just showing Teddy there. But we get another head, and that's where we'll be able to do our diplomatic stuff right there. Right now, it's just mostly deal with them and see what we can do. Okay. See, they have a quest to go for a great writer. So we can declare war on them, but that's probably not a good idea since they've got... We saw that they had 2 people, and we've only got the 1. So, yeah, we don't want to... We just want to sort of, like, watch them for now. I've got a scout going. He'll probably run around. In fact, he's coming up next turn. I might end up doing another warrior quicker than I was planning on, just because I know that I've got them right there. Alright, so next turn. Yeah, speak of the devil. Okay.
Reconnaissance units like...
So, we're going to send them off. Probably this way. Just get them going. Looks like we've got some sheep up in the north. Another wheat. Oh, that's good. Alright, so now we can do some production. Yeah, let's do that warrior, since we've got them people coming up. I mean, we've got two big warriors here. I mean, we get the +5 on the combat. In fact, we're going to have them fortify until healed, since they took a little damage from that scout. But I'm going to do another warrior here. It's going to take us actually only 7 turns. Because as you can see here, some of these have numbers on them of what they could be. And then, due to production bonuses and the like, it actually gets better. Because, like, originally it said that the warrior was being 10. But in here, now it's at 7. So, we'll get another warrior in 7. We've got ours. We've got to watch out for these warriors. It's like, he's fortifying to heal as well. And they're out roaming. Okay. So next turn, we're actually going to go up to Washington. Washington will be up to 2. Alright, so Valeria right now isn't doing much. Oh, I'm sorry, Valletta. I'm calling them Valeria. Okay. So let's look at the city itself. Okay, we're doing good. We'll probably grow an 11. We've got 2 citizens. This one's showing a little bit off. Let's see if we can reboot that. No. Okay. So its last report is still showing from the last one. I do need to think about getting some amenities going, since I only need... we are getting 1 general one, but with as our citizenship grows, they're going to want more stuff to keep happy and grow at a decent pace. Okay. Alright, we've got spices. Okay, so Valletta's second group has moved on. That's good. And our warriors here, we're going to keep them actually and fortify inside. That way, in case Valletta decides to do something dumb At least we're at a 23 to their 14. All right. We've got the scout going this way, so there's 2 spice nodes. That might be interesting to look into. Because if we build here, on this, looks like hilltop, we've got access to, looks like these couple of wheats and the spices. And if we notice here that we'll need to get irrigation to get it, but we've got access to that cocoa now with our second population. Okay, let's move on to the next turn.
I am fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals.
Okay, so now we got animal husbandry, so we can make use of that cattle, which is great. I will, now, when I get the second warrior done, I'm probably going to get a builder going so we can take care of that. So in the meantime, since that just got completed, we'll do like we said and did the mining, because that'll do it 7 turns, which will allow us to exploit that stone. We're a little way, in fact, as you can see here on the tech tree, let's speed up a bit. Irrigation. Where is irrigation? Ah, irrigation. All right, so we need pottery to get irrigation. That's a good conundrum, because we can already do the wheat here. I would like to do the stone, but if we get irrigation, we start working on that cocoa, and I believe, yeah, the spices, if we ever go over there, need irrigation too. So in fact, let's do pottery instead of mining. They're both 7 turns anyway. So we got pottery so we can build that that granary and help our city grow. Okay. All right. So, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here. We've got a good start going for our first thing. We've got Washington up to 2. We probably won't be building a settler till at least 3 or 4. Pottery is coming up here in 7. The Code of Laws in 5. And we've already found our first city-state already at the beginning of the game. So that's putting a little bit of pressure on us to potentially militarize, but we'll see. We know that this map isn't like super-duper huge, so the other players are out there somewhere. And it could just be because the map is kind of small, but we'll see. So we're going to leave it right here. And next time we're going to see just how big this world can get, what other stuff there is to exploit, and how much we need to outpace Valletta here. Sorry. So, I hope you have a good time. Until next time, and class dismissed.